we're just going to be talking about what's happened over the month, week, kind of, because this is going to be like the kind of first episode of it, really. Well, stream of it. So the first topic that I want to talk about is that vegan teacher. If you don't know her, I just won't say it in details, but I'll just tell her what I'll tell you what she has been doing. So she has been doing. So during the first lockdown of the whole entire world, I don't know how to word this. She started a TikTok account, obviously, and because during the first lockdown everyone did. But apart from that, she started hopping on each other, creators' backs and going, "You better be vegan because innocent animals are getting hurt. Every day is vegan day. Eating animals is wrong. McDonald's," like those type of stuff. Exactly what she did. And basically, she got banned finally for I think they said bullying, but obviously TikTok don't go into much detail about why they've banned that person. They would normally say just didn't listen to community guidelines or something like that. And I think what she does is actually quite disgusting, because she would go, she would bring in religion, she would bring in race, to try and get people to be vegan, and she thought she can get away with it, and I guess she kind of did, but she kind of didn't. Like, she did during the first lockdown, boom, hasn't gotten a single video down until September. Can't remember when, but in September one of her videos got taken down, and she was starting the phrase vegan phobic. Basically, what she would say is, if you were vegan phobic, you were you hated vegans, and it was like how homophobia, racism. She was comparing it to that, and I just think she needs to take a break from a lot of things. I think she needs to sort her life out, if you get what I mean. Not in a rude way, but like, I think she needs to see that not everything's about being vegan. But that's clearly what she sees, because creators have been telling her, calm down on the, pushing everyone to be vegan, and, all this, all that. And I feel like her getting banned was a good thing, because it kind of made her have a break from social media. I think she needs a break because of, obviously, a bunch of hate, all this, all that. And from a person who does get hate sometimes, not a lot though, but I do get hate. I'm sure you guys watching this do get hate, and well, I think you might get hate. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I think she needs to take a break, because hate can damage a lot of people. Like, look at that Reckless person who's, if you don't know already, Twitch streamer. He killed himself early 2020. And obviously, hate comments as from Reckless and other creators, it's damaged a lot of people, families, friends, all, fans even. But I think she needs to stay on the logic of being nice, because if you're not nice, you're not going to get the same amount of respect that you... Now, what I've learned from life is, if you give that person respect, they will give you it back. So if you give your fans the respect, maybe they might like you. Instead of don't start turning comments off, because that'll just make them bully you more. So sorry I got a bit sidetracked there on the vegan teacher thing. Now we're going to go into cancel culture. Now, cancel culture is this terrible thing where they would go out for normal people that have done nothing wrong, but would make it seem like they've done millions of things wrong. Or, for instance, they would just cancel a toy, food, and all that, you know. And I believe the first cancel culture that was actually... No, the first thing to be cancelled that was, like, really, really big was probably... You know Uncle Ben's rice. I think you might have seen it before. But that was... Oh, my God, that was... interesting. Because... obviously, Black Lives Matter protests started going around. And I just thought, okay, fair enough, yeah, Black Lives do matter. And then people started changing after the Black Lives Matter thing. Like, they hated everything. They need to get rid of everything that's, like, due to white people and all this. But what they've done is they've just reversed. They've just reversed the thing that they were trying to stop. Like, they've gone ahead and cancelled... No, well, not cancelled, but they've taken off Aunt Jemima... It's an American thing. Aunt Jemima's syrup, or maple syrup, or whatever the fuck it is. But... And I think removing black people from, you know, products that are actually useful, just because they have a black person on it doesn't mean it's just automatically racist. But obviously, on this topic, they were cancelling, obviously, Aunt Jemima's stuff. Like, anything to do with a black person. Aunt Jemima was probably the biggest, because a lot of Americans got annoyed with it. But yeah, and it just confused me. But why would you take... Because now what they're doing is they're getting annoyed over how they've taken out all the black people from the stores, and now they only have white people as representatives of that product. But if you think about it, it's kind of their fault because they took it out. So I think cancel culture needs to step it down a bit. Like, they just cancel anything in their sight. Like, what was the thing they were going to cancel the other day? No, trying to remove Mr. Potato Head, that's it. Well, they didn't cancel Mr. Potato Head, do anything to Mr. Potato Head. But they got annoyed with him being a him. I kid you not. What's it? The generation that said they are the strongest generation ever have said that Mr. Potato Head is transphobic. Now, how does that make sense? I understand, yeah, sure, we do need be a bit more inclusive in, like, everything nowadays. I can understand that. But, like, I don't understand why people need to... I don't know. I don't understand why people need to cancel things for no reason. Like, I just see no point in it. But they tried cancelling Eminem, saying he was homophobic. But I think people need to start understanding that was a character. So, yeah, that was a character. And I think that people take it a bit too far when they go, oh, look at Eminem, he's so homophobic. It's only a character and they're trying to cancel him for that. Trying to, like, I understand, yeah, sure. They did a bunch of protests in America. Not, like, this year, but they did it a couple years ago, I think. I'm not sure. But they were trying to get him to stop making music, stop streaming it. But yeah, and the last subject I will talk about for this cancel culture bit is person who plays Superman. I don't genuinely know his name because I'm not really that much of a DC fan, but I don't know his name. But he's apparently getting cancelled due to being with someone 10 years ago that had a different political view to certain people. And they're trying to cancel him for going out with her, which there's really no point in. But I hope stuff doesn't go serious with, like, this cancel culture thing. I hope it goes away. I just hope it just disappears. Like, and also I would like to talk about a furry that sadly killed himself. By the name of Indigo or something like that. Indigo the Raptor. Sorry. But yeah. So here's the story that I will be telling you about Indigo the raptor or furry, whatever. So basically he was just doing a normal live, you know. Started getting hate. He ended the live. I think it was about 2 hours later. He did another live where it showed him killing himself and over a couple of people. And as a member of, well, I used to be a member of the hamster cult. I think the bad ones are what make, like, so basically the bad hamsters and the bad are part of the boys, all this, all that. So them, yeah, they are what ruin it for the good people. They make out like every single person's bad. Like, the boys get called racist, homophobic, but I'm none of those. But so yeah, that's really what we're gonna be talking about for, like, furries. Yes, they are annoying. I agree with that, 100% annoying, but there's no need to bully them to the point where they kill themselves. There's no need for bullying in the first place. Yeah, sure, I don't care if it's a bit of banter, but sometimes it can go too far. And I think it's just unfair on Indigo's family now, because sadly, people have found a post about someone crying over Indigo, which is pretty sad. If you're like, it's pretty sad to cry over someone that you didn't know. It's death, you get what I mean? Like, 'cause it's so sad how you think they were just doing their own thing all the time. And, like, you never did anything. He never did anything wrong to deserve it. And, like, it's just so sad to see. And, like, some of the hamsters are going, smoking an indigo pack, or some of the boys are going smoking the what's it, faggot indigo pack and all this, because indigo was a part of the LGBTQ community. And fun fact, next topic is actually LGBTQ. Don't know why I said fun fact. It's probably not even that fun, considering I haven't got a good start to this video. And yeah, I hate to see people just bully the life out of someone. Like, it makes me upset how people can be like that. So the next thing we'll be talking about is LGBTQ community. So, obviously, I have nothing wrong with the community, LGBTQ community. It's just one thing. People are making up new, like, sexualities. Sorry, I struggled with that word. I shouldn't have. But, yeah, they're making up fake sexualities. Fidget sexual, Fortnite sexual, what else? Anime sexual, Charlie sexual, Draco sexual, completely other ones, you know. But I think it's just kind of a joke. I think people are trying to make a joke, which isn't funny, because a lot of people who are part of the LGBTQ community have lost a lot of lives due to homophobic countries. Because, for example, Nigeria, I saw someone, I have nothing against, if it's your belief, it's your belief. And someone from Nigeria went, because someone was listing homophobic countries, and he went Nigerian and proud, which, okay. But second of all, why? I can understand why he's proud, because obviously, country, you live in it, like all this, all that. And I think people take it too far. Like, I saw the little, attachment comments that you can do now. Well, you've always been able to do it. But, one of them went, "Drown, you homophobic piece of shit." And I thought, that was just uncalled for. And I was having an argument with this person who said, "Drown, you homophobic piece of shit," all this, all that. And they went, "Let me guess, you're homophobic too." And I just had to like say what I was thinking. I went, "No, I'm not homophobic. I just have different beliefs due to my bringing up. And if you've got a problem with that, deal with it. And I think that set off a lot of people, because they started going homophobic, kill yourself, no one loves you, shouldn't even be on this earth, you piece of misogynistic cunt, all this, all that. And I think that is disgusting. Like, shouldn't be like that. So the next topic we're going to talk about is I don't know. You know what? We're going to start talking about the music industry and, well, not music industry, just what's been happening about music. So what's been happening about music is people are coming after old school rappers. No. Yeah, but they are coming after them. But they are simply saying Tupac was homophobic, unlike X, Juice, and all that. Now, back then, it wasn't very common to see someone that was gay. Do you get what I mean? Like, there weren't a lot of gay people. And, I think people need to get their heads straight with the music industry. Now, if someone has an opinion like, I don't like X, I don't mind Juice WRLD. He's alright. I don't like him that much. He's not good. And I think they're good for their generation. Like, this generation. Because that's what they're gonna, like, you know, like, learning in the future about music. Rap was one of the biggest things while everyone from 2008 to basically now is so big now. Like, they're going to be learning about what rappers became, like, in history. Like, for in other words, Tupac's gonna be in it due to his death. Same with Biggie Smalls, with his talent of singing and also rapping skills, and his death. Wait, no, his only talent was basically rapping skills. But yeah, and I mean, they're gonna go down as a legend no matter what, but I just don't think it's proper rap, because it's starting to get into mumble rap, like and I think they're good. They're good for this generation. That's all I'm gonna say. And I hope that made sense. I'd not sounded like a piece of crap. But our next topic will be about COVID. So COVID, big thing, boom. Like, I mean, let's be honest, if you haven't heard of it, you've been either in a coma for about 2 years, or you've just live under a rock. Either one. Right, that's not fair. But, and I think COVID is getting out of hand. Like, the vaccine, more people need to have it every day. And if people don't get that vaccination, more people are gonna die. And, like, look at schools, they're opening back up on the 8th of March. So from the 8th of March, I won't be doing a lot more videos. I will try and fit them, like, in between, like, my school time and me just relaxing when I get home. And because I don't like to do YouTube that often, because it's just such a difficult thing. Like, people say YouTube requires no skill, but it actually does. But anyway, sorry, I got a bit off track there. Yeah, so people need to be given this vaccination more than others. So I understand people with cancer will be getting it, like, they've already had it, well, not had COVID, but they've already had the vaccination. And, what else? Yes, that's what I was going to say. And they need to do school children when we go back. Because, if you don't know already, the only reason why school shut down is because of the children. I mean, I haven't even been back to school since November. So that's pretty, like, bad. Anyway. Enough about me. So, COVID. I think people need to realise that it's worse than just a silly bug that everyone's getting, and some people are dying too. People need to be safer, start wearing masks, start, you know what, start cleaning the hands every 3 seconds. Well, stop doing that, because it's actually quite annoying. But, you need to clean your hands, though. And I hope everyone is safe due to, certain countries getting terrible COVID, but it was their fault, America. And I just want to take a minute to talk about other things, like, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop with the COVID because it's not relevant what I'm about to speak about. So, there is some things that annoy a lot of people in life, agreed. But this city, I can't remember what city it is trying to take down GTA from, like, gaming and all that, stop selling it. And I think they keep going a bit too far because robberies will happen either way. And what else I want to talk about is Elon Musk. It's very surprising that I'm saying Elon Musk. What's he done? What has he done wrong? Well, he's done nothing wrong. It's about what people say about him. Like, yeah, sure, he has got yeah, sure, he is very popular. He created SpaceX. People are trying to be mad at him because it sounds like space sex, but that's just not the case. The reason why it's called that is because it's for, I can't remember what it's for, but it's for something for the future or something like that. But people are trying to cancel him again because it's bad for the environment for him to go to Mars. And I just thought in my head, what the fuck? No, it isn't. It's completely perfect to go to Mars as long as nothing's been on there. No, as long as anything's not on there. Because, like, they've just had a robot for about 10 years? 5 years, maybe? 5-10 years. Go around Mars and nothing has been found that should, like, you know, be a problem. And I think it is safe for people to... I think it's safe for people to go on Mars now, because it's been proven that there's nothing on there. Anyway, next subject. Jacksepticeye. That's probably a name, again, you wouldn't think I would be saying. But Jacksepticeye's dad, if you haven't heard, has recently died, a month ago now, around that. And some cruel people thought it would be funny to do titles ringing Jacksepticeye's dad at 3 AM gone wrong. And I think it's disgusting how they act out like it's a good thing when it's not. Yeah, sure, he is in a better place now, but still doesn't make the fact that you've disrespected someone's dad and you well know that their family is hurting. It disgusts me how Americans go, we have the most respect for other people, but then they go out and do a bunch of videos about calling Jacksepticeye's dad. And it was actually mostly Americans. So, yeah. I only wanted to talk about that for Jacksepticeye. And I hope he's doing good, because I haven't watched his videos lately. But I hope he's doing good and happy, I guess, that his dad's in a better place. Anyway, I don't know, I like fucking dog. But my next topic will be about people faking Tourette's. Tourette's is not funny. Tourette's genuinely hurts people in life. It makes them feel pain, makes them feel sad. Like, yeah, sure, oh, it'd be fun to swear every second and all that, but as of someone who follows a lot of people with Tourette's, they've talked about how Tourette's hurt their everyday life. And I think it's so annoying how little kids can go out and have the mind to fake tics, which is something serious. And I think it's terrible on people with Tourette's, because people with Tourette's can't control what they do. They don't just magically get it one day. They have it when they're born. It gets mildly, I don't know how to say it, but it gets worse when they grow up, in other words. And knowing that someone is making fun of people with Tourette's, and then people going out with Tourette's, people making fun of Tourette's, and like sort of saying they wish they had Tourette's, and saying, Tourette's people are so lucky because they can swear whenever they want. They can punch anything with an excuse. And I think they need to realize that it's a terrible thing that no one wants. No one wants Tourette's. And if you want Tourette's, just search for help. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. But my next thing that I'm gonna talk about is body positivity. Don't know why I sounded like a fucking old granny. But body positivity has been very, very popular on TikTok. And I think body positivity, yay, good. People happy. But oh no, it's all body positivity until a man, Jay Scotty, gets his nudes leaked, and people make fun that his PP is not its average size. Okay, just because he hasn't got a giant fucking I can't say what I was gonna say, but just because he hasn't got things that don't satisfy you in life doesn't mean he's still not a good person. Yeah, sure, I understand. Like, that must be scary to get your nudes leaked. Like, that would be scary. But what doesn't make it more okay is that he got bullied off the app. Now, I didn't even know that he got his nudes leaked until people started addressing that he doesn't have a TikTok account anymore. So I wondered why. I searched it up and his nudes got leaked. And I hope he's got TikTok back now, if you're wondering. I hope he does feel better. Like, cause body shaming is not okay, but when a boy does it to a girl, it's still not okay, but when a girl does it to a boy, it's completely fine. So, yeah. And also, kill all men. They would go out and say, kill all men, and then have the audacity to go, no, only the bad ones. But some people took kill all men way too far and started going, oh, I just found out my baby's a boy. Getting another abortion. Ha. And comments are disgusting on some videos of those. Yes, I've done mine 2 times now. I mean, it was pretty fun. It was like, my doctor is wondering why I've been there so much. Every time I get told it's a boy, I just want to run out of my house. Just, like, I know some adults that can't have babies due to, like, things that they can't control. And someone would kill to have a baby of their own. And I understand, yeah, boy, you hate boys. But I think the only way people can tell that you're a kill all men person is by saying kill all men. But apart from that, some people would kill to have a baby of their own, like I was saying. And why wouldn't you put them up for adoption if you don't like boys? Just because you don't like boys doesn't mean someone else doesn't. Just because you don't like boys doesn't mean someone wouldn't want a baby boy. Just because you assume that all men and boys are bad, makes you sound like a psychopath. And I think that a lot of people are scared due to this. I mean, a couple of girls in my school are starting to randomly hit boys in class, I know a friend of mine who got stabbed in the back of the head by a girl just because of his gender. So I hope you guys will be safe due to COVID. I hope you guys will be safe by the end of this year. I hope you have a good day. And before I go, I'd just like to say one thing like I normally do.